Good evening to all of you that have joined us so far. Thank you for taking out the opportunity and to join us once again, creating time to be part of today's training. It's a continuation of the 1 month free training on emotional intelligence. And for those of you that have been following us for the past 2 weeks, it has been a deluge of a lot of information and then a download of so many things. And I believe you have learned a lot. And today, we're privileged to invite some of the participants in the training, and we feature them in our peace clinic. And I hope some of you joined the peace clinic and you saw how they responded well. Some of them tried, some of them actually responded like experts, and some still responded according to their level. But generally, by assessment, all of them did well. They responded well, and we had the productive conversation on the topic that was assigned to them. So tomorrow we will also be in the studio for another set of people to join us, the Peace Clinic. So it was a good experience to see that our students are discussing what they are learning. So it means that they are learning well. So I really appreciate those of you that joined the Peace Clinic today and your contribution for the success of the Peace Clinic. And then I want to also especially thank you for joining us on this training today. We are going to look at the next module, which is module 4. We have 8 modules to cover in this training, and we are in module 4. So, and we'll be done with module 4 on Sunday as well. So, and we'll send you the manual again so that you continue to look into it and prepare yourself ahead of your exam, because after your training, immediately you'll be writing your exams. No time to waste time. So thank you very much for being part of today's training. And my name once again is Ambassador Joshua, and I'm delighted to welcome all of you here. Those of you that have been so consistent, like Ambassador Obi, has been so consistent, first to always join, and I really appreciate you for that. I've been seeing you, and then the Munificence Consulting. I don't know who is that, but you also are consistent. I've been seeing you joining all the time. So, and then Dr. Emeka Odipo, I've been seeing you also join. So I just take time to recognize some of you that have been so consistent and have been seeing you joining meeting on time. So I really appreciate all of you and your participation. It's quite an interesting time to be in your presence. Then Gabriel or Noah. So I thank you for being part of the Peace Clinic. We appreciate you and your contribution. Mr. Peter, thank you for being part of the Peace Clinic. And Mrs. Aliu, also thank you for being part of the Peace Clinic. And Mike Inde, thank you for being part of the Peace Clinic today. It was an awesome time and experience to have the conversation, with you. So today, well, like I said, we are going to look at module 4, unit 4. And like I said, if you join us, you can do way to share the link with someone, let people know that something like this is happening. And then, because I notice that you people have not been sharing. If we decided now that it's only those that share that will write these exams, people should not be surprised, because it may surprise that the event may turn out to be that those that shares only will. Because I don't know the reason why you don't want to share. You need to share so others can see and also take part. We are interested in many people participating. It's not just about you. If you alone knows it, it will still not help matters. It's where everybody knows what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to behave in particular places and certain places that, so if you have a good number of people learning what we also learn, then it will help better the society. Let those that knows about it be more than those that doesn't know, which is going to take a lot of time. Yes, but I'm not the only person that's offering training on emotional intelligence. Many people must have attended this training. Do you understand? So when I say many people know, it does not mean that I'm the only person that will make many people to know. Other people are also offering training on emotional intelligence as well. So let's cover many people, and then the society will be beautiful. So do way to share it with someone who can also participate, even if not in this one, in the next training that will be organizing. They can take opportunity to participate, but at least they must have known that something like this is happening on a continual basis. So today we're going to look at Module 4, and we're going to look at the Unit 1 of Module 4. Now, what are we talking about? We are talking about emotional intelligence in leadership. I was sharing in my peace clinic today, I said that our leaders, most especially the Nigerian leaders, and most especially again, the leadership in African countries, there are most African countries don't have empathy in them. Do you understand? They don't have any sense of empathy. And that's why leadership has been so difficult. Do you understand? Leadership has been so problematic. Leadership itself, we have resources, we have everything, but one of the challenges that we face is the challenges of leadership, lack of leadership. Do you understand? So, and it's not that we don't have leaders. We have leaders, but there are certain qualities that we expect our leaders to have that they are not having. So it becomes a problem. Do you understand? So if we have leaders and they cannot meet up with the expectations and the yearnings of the electorate, of the people, of the citizens, then it becomes a challenge. So we have leaders, but most of them lack emotional intelligence. Do you understand? And that's why we are here in this class today, so that at least for those that are privileged to be part of this training, at least when we have opportunity to be in whatever leadership capacity, whether in government or in private institution or even in your personal endeavors, you can be able to exercise quite an understanding of what leadership is all about. Do you understand? And then you exercise your position well and be an impactful leader. So emotional intelligence in leadership is critical, and every leader is expected to, develop their emotional intelligence to such a way that it can help them to succeed in their leadership abilities or leadership position. So we will be looking at emotional intelligence in leadership, what it means. What does that mean? It refers to the ability to understand and manage your own emotion. That's you, the leader, your own emotions, and also the emotions of others. Because leadership does not exist in vacuum. Do you understand? Leadership does not exist in vacuum. Leadership does not exist in vacuum. So the only way you can succeed as a leader, or you be considered to be a leader, is when you have followers. And so if you must have followers, you must also understand how your followers feel. And that is one aspect of empathy. Do you understand? So emotional intelligence has to do with understanding and managing your own emotion first as a leader, and then also understanding and managing the emotions of others. For instance, now let me give one example. You see, considering the last protest to end bad governance in Nigeria, you heard the statement of some of our leaders. And if you look at some of those statements that they made, you can agree with me that they lack emotional intelligence. Because as leaders, we ought not to speak the way they spoke. Do you understand? So we can categorically say that they lack emotional intelligence. Because you cannot say protesters should go and protest while you will be at home eating. What does that supposed to mean? We know that you have food in your house and maybe you have it in excess. You don't even need some, but you still keep it. and you don't even want to give people that are going to on the street to say they are hungry. You understand? And so you are using that to mock those that say that they are hungry. You telling them that you go and eat, mocking those that say they don't have food, that there is hunger in the land, and then you are mocking them, telling them that you will be at home eating while they are on the street protesting. It's a clear sign of leadership insensitivity, clear sign of lack of emotional intelligence. Do you understand? Because at that time, that's not the best way to talk. Even if you don't welcome the protest, there's a way you can still talk to the protesters. Maybe the way you can talk to them, say, may make them to call off their call for protest. So if you look at those statements, some call protesters idiots. Do you understand? So it clearly shows that these people lack emotional intelligence. You understand? So that's what it means. So leadership, emotional intelligence in leadership is very vital and important. And so we must, as leaders, and those of us who aspire to become leaders tomorrow, must understand our emotions and manage our emotions and that of our followers. Do you understand? The emotion and those of our followers, the emotions of our followers, we must also understand what our followers are saying, what is their concern, so that you can be able to take decisions, make policies that will alleviate the suffering of those that are also. Because if tomorrow, those of them that are claiming to be leaders in this country, and they are talking anyhow, if the protesters so desire to protest and make it so violent and make it so determined that they must turn any government, they can do it. No security agents is capable enough to stop the citizen when they actually want to do it. I will give you an example. Look at the NSAS protest. When the NSAS protest start, at some point, all the police officers withdrew from the street. Do you understand? They withdrew. Nobody, the army did not come out. Do you understand? So, and even when the army came out, if the protesters so wish to continue, how many military officers will go out and kill the innocent people that want to protest? And are protesting for your own welfare as well and the welfare of your children. So you will not, even your conscience will not allow you to go and shoot people like that and kill. Look at Bangladesh. What happened to Bangladesh? They protested. It was even student only that protested to a point they removed the prime minister. The prime minister has to resign and run away. You understand? That's what it means. So if the protesters so wish to protest, then you that you are calling yourself a leader, you will disappear. Many of them will disappear. In fact, even the bad government, some of them travel, they will just travel out, they have some of them just initiate official assignment outside the country, just to travel to be out, just so that in case of any incasities, they will know that they are safe where they are. Do you understand? That's what it means. So we should not be insensitive to the plight of the people as leaders. If you are a leader at whatever level in your home, in your organization, please be sensitive to people's feelings. That's what it means. So we'll be looking at some of the case studies of some leaders that are doing well or have done well in time past and have taken their organizations to where they are today. Do you understand? You see some of the examples. Some of them are still in the leadership position that we want to talk about. So we'll look at some of those case studies as we progress. And then some of the people that we mentioned, when we mention them, you know that, okay, these people have done well and they have built reputable institutions. Do you understand? And then, or in their leadership capacity at some point in time, they did well. Do you understand? So let's look at some of the components that expected to, as a good leader, as an emotionally intelligent leader, that you should be able to know. One is self-awareness. You must be aware of yourself, understand who you are as a leader, how you respond, how your emotions react to issues. That's number one. Number two is self-regulation. You should be able to regulate yourself, okay, as a leader. You have to regulate your emotions. It's not just whatever comes into your mind that you say. You say protesters are idiots. Or when people are protesting, you'll be eating at home. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So don't call, you can be so provoked, you feel so bad, but don't respond like that. All right? You can talk to people, even if you are not even willing to do what they're asking for, but there's a way you can talk to them that it will reduce, the level of tension that is involved. So self-regulation is very important. Then motivation. Leaders must be driven, right, to achieve goals. All right. So if you are a leader, what legacy do you want to leave behind? What achievement will you go and say, this is what I was able to do, this is what I was able to achieve in course of time? When when uh, when uh, when Joe Biden was withdrawing his ambition to contest for second term, he made mention of what his administration has been able to achieve in the course of the period they have been in power. And you can see very tangible things that he mentioned. Do you understand? That's how it is. So you should be able to say what you have been able to achieve over time. So you should be driven by goals. Leaders should be driven by goals. Something must be there ahead of you. Do you understand? So us want to look at this training that we are able to reach out to as many million people as possible as we can through this channel. Do you understand? If you say you don't have money, come and learn for free. If you have money, you can pay and learn for advanced ones. Do you understand? Do you understand? So we have so many things. You can also become a member. You pay a fee, become a member of the institute so that you can have opportunity to contribute massive impact. But if you don't have money, we still have something for you. Come and learn. And even if you have money, but you want to still take advantage of the free one, you come and still take. So it's open for everybody. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, we know that we're going to reach out to so many people. So leaders will be driven by certain goals. So what's your goal? Motivation. So what is motivating? What's driving you? That's what we're talking about. Then empathy. Leaders must be empathic, right? They must show empathy. They must show a sense of concern towards the people they are leading, right? So social skills, ability to resolve conflict, ability to communicate effectively with your followers makes you to be a good leader. Okay, so good leadership is not just by making noise. So why is it that emotional intelligence in leadership matters? What make it matters, right? What make emotional intelligence in leadership matters? It matters because it will help you to build what? Better relationships. Better relationship with other leaders and with other or with your followers, with your subordinates. Do you understand? That's why it matters. Emotionally intelligent leaders can build effective relationship, better relationship, cooperative and productive relationship. That's what emotionally intelligent leaders can do. So that's why it matters. So emotionally intelligent leaders can also improve decision making if they are so intelligent, in their emotions, ability to control their emotions. Then they don't take rash decisions. They take decisions that are well informed, decisions that have been, critically put into consideration before they take such decisions. So understanding emotion helps leaders make more thoughtful decisions, thoughtful choices. It's not just even the choice of words to use. Okay, you want to talk to the people, you just consider several words and then you choose the one that benefits and suits the issue you're trying to address. Do you understand? We shouldn't have rogue leaders at all. Do you understand? We should have leaders that are sensitive to the plight of the people. That's what makes a leader a leader. So choices, it is leadership. If emotionally intelligent leaders should know that Nigeria government or Nigerian government or the presidency does not need 3 aircraft that will be seized somewhere in another country. Do you understand? There was no need for it to be in perspective in the first place. When we have something that we can go. Some leaders, some countries, their leaders don't have private jets. They're using public transport to travel. Do you understand? So why should we necessary? And if you can have one, why not have one? Why 3? And then all the 3 have been seized. So what is the meaning of that? So so it's insensitivity that the leaders will be budgeting hundreds of millions for the vehicles of the Senate and House of Rep members, and then they will tell you go and protest while we are eating. So it doesn't It doesn't. It's a lack of emotional intelligence. You understand? So choices of words also, and then even choices of policies will make you to know that this particular policy is not good at this time. Do you understand? It was so highly insensitive for just you come into power and then you announce that there's no subsidy anymore. Nothing on ground. Nothing on ground. No arrangement was made to caution the impact of that removal of subsidy. Nothing. You just pronounce. So as an emotionally intelligent leader, you don't take decisions like that. Don't make such kind of rash decisions. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. Just go in, study, understand whatever is involved before you can make such kind of pronouncement. Because the impact is on the people, and then nobody seems to care. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So emotionally intelligent leaders cannot do things like that. They have to weigh their decision and look at the impacts of that decision before they can go ahead and take such decision. Do you understand? Who do not and even forget about the decision, whatever. So that's why it matters. It matters because it built high team, morals. Do you understand? Higher team morals. Whether that is you're working in a private sector, building a team, coordinating people, morals. Do you understand? You have to boost their morale to do more. That's why a leader is an influencer. You have to motivate. You have to influence. Do you understand? You have to encourage. You have to also, demonstrate, that leadership abilities that, will motivate others to follow and follow diligently. Leadership by examples. Do you understand? I'm not telling Nigerians that it's going to be way, and we are not seeing that, and you are way while Nigerians are suffering. It's not that kind of leadership. Leadership by example. You understand? So that's why it matters. So let's look at some of the characteristics of emotionally intelligent leaders, all right, and their impact on the organization. So let's look at some of the characteristics as a leader that is emotionally intelligent. What are the attributes? What are the traits that you're going to see in such leaders? One is self-awareness. Leaders who are emotionally intelligent are aware of who they are and what they can do and how they can respond. Do you understand? So being aware of your behavior, being aware of your emotions, influences how you behave and the choices you make. So it's good that as one of the attributes of leader that you must possess is you must be aware of who you are. That's number one. Number two, you must exercise emotional control. You must exercise what? Emotional control. You don't just react. As a leader, respond to issues. Don't react to issues. You understand? Respond. And how do you respond? After thought, thoughtful response. After you mad up, give a thought to it over and over and over again. Then you now respond, not just rushing because you have seen a news on the television, on RIS TV, you see a news on the AIT, then you just come and respond because you have seen the news. It doesn't, you must not necessarily issue a press release to give a footer. Do you understand? And if somebody is going to do a kind of, then they should do it according to what you want. Don't just ask people to go and write something in your name and then post it anyhow. Do you understand? So you must know what is going out to the public in your name. If you can remember some time ago, Atiku wrote something and he later say it's not in on account something else. Do you understand? So some of this kind of statement and denials doesn't help matters. As a leader, you must know what is going out on your account before it found its way in the public. Do you understand? So emotionally intelligent leaders must control their emotions, must manage their emotions. No, it's sometimes you're hot, but as a leader, you cool yourself down. Do you understand? And that's why you can see men sometimes demonstrate this kind of thing. Maybe something happened here. Maybe the wife may be crying, or children may be crying, but the man will just compose. Do you understand? He feel like crying as well, but he's a man. He has to maintain his position. He must, be in the leadership to coordinate what is happening. If someone comes to ask, What is happening? Then nobody will be able to talk. When I was in my village, when my elder brother's son died, my eldest brother was there, but he was crying, rolling on the ground. Everybody was crying. I was the only person that was emotionally stable to be able to respond to people that were asking questions, because the guy died of poison. Do you understand? So people wanted to know, because he was healthy, and people wanted to know what killed him, how, what is, well, you know, things like that. Do you understand? And he was poisoned by his mother. No, it wasn't even a stranger. The mother poisoned him for whatever reason. So, but you understand? So when people were coming to find out what is happening, my eldest brother, who was around, was crying. The one that his son died was not even around. You understand? He was in Abuja while we in the village at that time. So I was there. I was responding. My father was not around. So all the women, they were crying. All of them were crying. And I was there, stable enough to be able to respond to. I also felt it. Do you understand? I felt like crying, but I just have to manage myself so I can respond to people that were coming. So that's how leaders behave. You don't manage your emotions. You don't just rush to respond to issues. Don't react to issues like anyhow, and then you don't care. And that's why we have the class of politicians in this country. If you look at them, it's as if for you to be a successful politician here, you must be a bad person that can insult people, that can talk to people anyhow, before you will be considered as somebody that can be involved into anything politics. That's what most of you here, even in this training now, you don't want to participate in politics, because for you, politics is a dirty game based on the way it's being played. Do you understand? You must insult somebody to get something. You must, blackmail someone to get something. Must it be like that? So leaders should control their emotions. That's one. So it's one of the characteristics of good leadership. You must control your emotion. All right. Then another one is compassion. As a leader, you must have compassion on the people, on the followers, on the subordinates. All right. Recognize and understand the feelings of others, showing genuine concern on the people that are following you. If you are a leader and you cannot show a genuine concern on the people that are following you, then what kind of leadership is that? What type of leader is that? Do you understand? So it is, it is duty bound for leaders to be compassionate. Do you understand? Show compassion, show empathy on the people. I don't know whether people are following me. I'm talking about the characteristics of leadership, of emotionally intelligent leaders. Do you understand? These are the characteristics of emotionally intelligent leaders. So if I'm talking, if I mention any of those that I have mentioned so far, if you don't have them, begin to think about it. Are you self aware of who you are, of your emotions? Do you understand your emotions, how you react and respond to issues? Then another one, do you control your emotions, or you just respond anyhow? Anything that comes into your mind, you say it. Once you feel any sense of provocation, you just dash out. Is that how you behave? Then you are behaving like that, then it means that you don't need to. I heard of one story, let me tell you, of a hunter. He went out to hunt, and then what happened? He met a squirrel in the bush, right? And then he was speaking with the squirrel. I didn't know what necessitated the talk in the first place. You saw a squirrel in the bush, perhaps they go your thing. On a normal day, if I see such, I will be running. He saw it, and instead of him to be running, he was saying that it's like this one say, if there's nothing, it was his mouth that killed him. Do you understand? So the squirrel responded, say, you too, is your mouth that will kill you. Do you understand? So the man ran and reported the issue to his king, that he saw a squirrel in the bush, and he just spoke with him. The king say, how can a skull speak? A dead man, skull, that is in the bush speak with you. How are you insane? Do you understand? And the man say, if we go there and the skull did not speak, kill me, kill me, kill me. Do you understand? That he should be killed if the skull did not speak. The king said, so fine, let's go. He took the king to where the skull was. And then what happened? He speak, but he refuses to speak. They try, say a lot of things, the skull refused to speak. As soon as they bounce, the king ordered that they kill the man, they bounce on the man, killed him, the skull spoke. Say, too, your mouth too, I've killed you. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So as leaders, don't just respond anyhow. Just watch out what you say. Show compassion. See somebody suffering. Even if you don't have something to give, you can give a word. Let me give one example. This one may be strange to some people who may not understand the biblical injunction I want to give now. Peter and who? Is it Paul? Which one? Peter and John. Peter and John. They met one man. The man was begging, and they said, "Well, we don't have money to give you, but what can we do for you? You can see now." So they healed him. Do you understand? And then he started seeing. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So sometimes you don't have, somebody may be begging for food. You don't have food, but you can give a word that will comfort the person and give the person hope. So it's a government is, your government is a renewed hope. And then it's like the hope is on another level. So that's what but as a leader, you must show compassion. Deeply and genuinely have concern for the suffering of the people. You understand? Another characteristic of emotionally intelligent leaders is that they are motivated. Do you understand? There's a drive. There's something that is driving them. What is driving you? Is this just to come and make yourself rich? Or you genuinely have concern for the problem of this country and you want to do something? When you are contesting for election, when you are hustling for position in your organization, what is that genuine thing that you're coming with in mind? What is driving you? What is making you to go and spend millions, even sell your property to go and contest election? What is driving you? Do you understand? Is it just to go and get a network of senators and House of Reps and then being just part of that and then just like that? I think you saw one of the bill that was proposed at the House of Reps by the Speaker. Did you see? Did you read it? It has been withdrawn, but do you see the wickedness and the level of leadership we have? So these are the things that we're talking about. Do you understand? So leaders must be driven for something better. Some of the policies that we are making in this country, some of the laws we are making in this country will be some of them that one day will even instigate the kind of protest that we will not be able to contain. Some people will call it a revolution. I don't want to call it a revolution. It can be a revolution. It can be any form of protest. Do you understand? But if it's a revolution, you know what revolution means. When there's a revolution, it can kill. Protest may just be just mere damages here and there. So that's what it means. So what is driving you when you are aspiring for leadership, when you're struggling to take position in your organization? What is driving you? What is motivating you? What is your motivation? Is it money? Is it the power? Is it the connection? Is it what? Ask yourself the question. Is it quality and good governance that is driving you. Do you understand? So interpersonal skills. Emotionally intelligent leaders must possess interpersonal skills. Do you understand? Ability to interact with people, build good relationship, communicate effectively, resolve conflict. Do you understand? Manage disagreements, and then build good relationship with people. So that is what it means. So let's look at some of the effects. The effect of emotionally intelligent leaders on organization. What are the effects? Whether on organization or on the state, what are the impacts of emotionally intelligent leaders? One is they build better teamwork. Emotionally intelligent leaders, all right, that is emotionally savvy leaders, promote open dialogue, all right, leading to stronger collaboration. So, for example, teams may brainstorm more effectively because everyone feels comfortable sharing ideas. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So when you create such kind of atmosphere where people can contribute freely, can make their own contribution, make their suggestion without any limitation, then without any form of criticism, without any form of prejudice, what do you expect? You expect a better team work. Do you understand? So better teamwork. Do you understand? So this is what it means. So emotionally intelligent leaders build what? Better teamwork. All right. Another thing they do is that emotionally intelligent leaders promote what? Higher job satisfaction. Yes. When leaders show compassion, right, and motivation, employees feel more what? Engaged. For instance, team members are likely to stay longer in their roles because they feel valued and appreciated. That's what it means. So when you're working with people that you can easily abuse, you can easily maltreated and mistreated. Do you understand? They will be willing to desert you. But there are people that you work with them and you don't want to retire, you don't want to just resign, you want to continue working with them. Do you understand? Because of the way and manner you interact with them. So that's what it means. So higher job satisfaction. That's what it means. One thing, I was serving as a co-member. I serve as a co-member in a bank. I told you about that thing, I think yesterday. And where I was serving, the last branch where I served, when I was just a co-member, nothing much, but when I was leaving, do you know that I cried? I shed tears. I shed tears because not that I started it anyway, but the people that all the staff that struggled to make sure that I was retained, they fought for my retention. When they discovered that that thing was not being possible, they bursted into tears. All of them were crying. Mature people, men, women, they were crying. And then I also cried. Do you understand? That's what happened. So job satisfaction, higher job satisfaction. As I'm talking about it, I'm feeling like crying. Do you understand? Because it was an emotional period at that time. So that's what it means. So effective conflict management. Effective conflict management. So leaders with strong interpersonal skills can resolve disputes smoothly. So for example, if two team members disagree, the leaders facilitate a discussion that help them to find common ground. That's what leaders do. So it makes the impact on the organization is so positive because conflicts are not becoming counterproductive. Do you understand? Conflicts are rather bringing opportunity for, you know, for positive change, for opportunity for uh, colleagues to get along easily. You understand? Based on the way those conflicts are being handled. So it's impacting. So if we're a leader that can be able to intervene and facilitate the resolution of any form of conflict or disagreement in a way that it builds, then I can tell you that your employees are going to go a long way with you. They can help you. They can also contribute massively for the success of the organization. So another impact of these emotionally intelligent leaders on the organization is it boosted what? It boosts efficiency. It boosts efficiency. There's no wastage of time, no wastage of resources. Do you understand? Everything is done in a coordinated, effective, and efficient manner. No time is wasted, no resources, no money is wasted, no human energy is being wasted for anything, because whatever steps they take is a success. Resources are being judiciously applied. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So another impact on organization is positive work environment. Positive work environment. Do you understand? Yes. Environment, the working environment is conducive for everyone to thrive. Do you understand? Then you take away negative feelings, take away negative energies. Because when there are negative energies in the workplace environment, what you see there is hatred, backbiting, gossip. Do you understand? These are the things that you see where there are, negative environment, where the environment is not conducive for work. What you see is backbiting, bad mouthing, and all manner of things, time wasting. Do you understand? So it's one of the things that you see where people being responsive. Do you understand? And being responsible. So that's what it means. Are we together? I hope you guys are following me. So you are following me. Let me know that you are following me. All right. So let's move on. Let's look at the importance of emotional intelligence in effective leadership and decision making. The importance of emotional intelligence in effective leadership and decision making. So emotional intelligence is crucial for effective leadership and decision making. It involves understanding and managing your own emotions, as well as recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. That's what emotional intelligence in leadership means. So how important is emotional intelligence in leadership, effectiveness, and decision making? Building strong relationship, right? For instance, now as a manager, you notice a team member is stressed about a project deadline. Instead of pushing harder, what do? The leader offers support, which boosts morale and productivity. Instead of saying, please put in more energy to finish this, and please, we are out of time. Time is not on our side. We have to complete this project before this deadline. And you understand? So you are putting more pressure on this struggling staff again. What do you expect? Depression, anxiety, errors. Do you understand? Because this person is working under pressure to try to finish it. While as an emotionally intelligent leader, what do? You can offer what support. You may decide to take some of the responsibility, some of the tasks. You can do them depending on how you engage. Or if you think you cannot be able to handle it by yourself, you can look at someone maybe who has completed. his own project and who have the skill in that area, you can assign some of the tasks to the person to help that particular staff. Then you give the sense of, you motivate, morale is being boosted. And then what happens? Productivity is guaranteed. Do you understand? That's what it means. You not put the pressure is your job. I am paying you salary. I'm not paying you to come and waste time. I'm paying you to do work. Okay, we know that you are paying him or her to do work, but at the same time, there's a place for compassion. Maybe this person have not been struggling, just that maybe this one tax too much. You understand? So you have to understand. You have to consider, even if you, as a leader, you must know the strength and the weaknesses of your staff, or of your employees, of your followers. You understand? People that are working under you, you must know their capacity. So if somebody is struggling, what do? You step in and help and support. You understand? That's what it means. Are we together? So thank you. So that's what it means. Effective communication. Communication builds, like I can tell you, like I said before, 99% of the conflict you have is lack of proper communication, improper communication. Such conflicts are caused by improper communication. Okay, let me tell you something. Today we're supposed to have our peace clinic by 4 p.m. So when I was sending the reminders, when I was sending a link for them to join the meeting, do you know what I said? I told them to join the meeting by 4:50. Do you see that misunderstanding? I told them the meeting has been published by 4. So I sent them to join the meeting by 4:50. You understand? Meeting was to start by 4. So when there was time for the meeting, they were not joining. So I have to go and check my message. I think, was it one of them that reminded me? Was asking me, are they to join now because they saw 4:50. I said, it was a mistake. Do you understand? I meant to say 3:50 so that we can arrange ourselves before time. Do you understand? But I said 4:50. So you can see that misunderstanding, miscommunication. So you can see the impact of that. They were not connecting because of the information I gave them. Do you understand? So that's what I mean. So communication, if it's not done properly, do you understand? It causes a lot of problem. It misleads, and it causes a lot of damages. So effective communication, leaders who are emotionally intelligent communicate more clearly and emphatically. You understand? You talk with compassion. Talk with people with compassion. Let them feel, let them the tune of your voice to convince them that you have a sense of concern for them. You may not give them anything. You may not do anything for them, but I can tell you that your speech alone will be a source of comfort. I don't know that I'm making sense at all. So, example, during a team meeting, a leader addresses a mistake made by a team member without blaming them. Do you understand? By framing it as learning opportunity. All right. The leader encourage open discussions rather than fear of criticism. Do you understand? So you know that your team member made a mistake, but everybody can make mistake. Is it not true? Even the manager himself must have made mistake. Even as a manager, he can still make mistakes. So when somebody make mistake, why criticize the person, insult, bully the person? You don't know anything. You are a blockhead. This one. Your head is so blunt. You don't know anything. You say you go to university, you graduate. Are you a graduate? Are you sure? You ask so many questions. Are you sure you are a graduate? Then is this how a graduate work? Calm down. You can talk to this person in such a way that even though what stopped you to say, yeah, you made there's a mistake, but I know everybody makes mistakes, and this give you room to improve and also to learn. Do you understand? So I'm hoping that next assignment you'll be able to pay more closer attention so that there'll be no mistake. Just do a correction and return it back to me. What stops you from saying that? Must you insult? Must you criticize? Must you show us how perfect you are? You know, things like that. Do you understand? So effective communications, very, very key. And we need it. Most especially those of us that call ourselves leaders. And you know that we are all leaders. It depends where your leadership lies. Do you understand? It may be at the family level, it may be in your organization, it may be at the community level. But leadership is what? Leadership. So at whatever level of leadership you find yourself, communicate effectively. So what are the impact? What are the importance of emotional intelligence on decision making? How does emotional intelligence help leaders make effective decisions? You understand? So leaders with emotional intelligence can balance emotions and logic in their decisions. Do you understand? They consider how their choices affect their team and leading to more thoughtful outcomes. So it's very important. For example, a leader faced with budget cuts weighs the financial needs against team morale. They might choose to cut less impactful expenses, all right, rather than lay off team members, preserving the team cohesion. Do you understand that? You decide to just do a certain cut, but you preserve the team. Nobody's sacked, nobody's laid off. But you just maybe look at some of the expenses that you're going through or you're spending and then cut off some of them just to keep the team moving. Do you understand? It's very important. So that's how decisions are being made. Always separate emotions from your choices, from your decisions. Don't take a decision based on just emotions, but put situation and condition of things into perspective, and that should influence your decision making. The state of things, the condition of things should influence your decision making, not your emotions, because our emotions sometimes may influence us wrongly. Do you understand? So that's why we must take decision based on the issue on ground, not on our emotions, how we feel or what we think. But if what we think is in line with what is on ground, so be it. Decision making can be easy. But always have alternatives when it comes to decision making. If it's not work for you, if it will not go as you want, you can readjust it. Then talk about inspiring and motivating. Inspiring and motivating others is also another importance of emotional intelligence in leadership effectiveness and decision making. Do you understand? So emotionally intelligent leaders know how to inspire their teams. Do you understand? They know how to inspire their teams. They recognize what motivates individuals and can adjust their leadership style accordingly. So that's what we need to do. Influence others, motivate others, inspire others to carry out certain projects, to achieve certain goals. You understand? It's very important. I hope you can hear me. So as leaders, we must take steps to inspire others. Tomorrow you will not be there. So you have to prepare someone to take over you. It's not a kind of sewing by somebody, not the kind of leadership we have in Cameroon. You understand the Popia kind of leadership. So if you're a Cameroonian, you are listening to me now, you understand? So we should prepare leaders that will take over us. We cannot be there forever. It doesn't matter how long we stay there. Where is Mugabe today? is no longer there. Then are you telling me that people in Zimbabwe cannot have leaders again? So we have to prepare people. No matter how you desire to continue to be there, prepare others. One day they will take over you. You understand? Now, I used to tell some people that the ones that are in my office here with me here, that you see, I am the registrar today. Tomorrow you will be the registrar. So you have to prepare yourself as well and get ready. When such opportunity comes, then you will not struggle. Already somebody is on ground that has been prepared for. So a good leader also prepare, inspire other people, prepare them for leadership. You understand? Because we have ambitions. And maybe one day in duties we call somewhere, say, come and serve your country in this kind of capacity. And then you are not here to be the registrar. So nobody will take over to be the registrar again. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So let's look at some of the case studies. Case studies of leaders. Case studies. And I think this is the most interesting part of this training. Let's look at some of the case studies, because are there case studies? Are there examples of leaders that use their emotion to bring transformation in their organization or in their countries? We have several of them. In fact, I highlighted several of them, some of them African based, some of them foreign based. So we're going to discuss all of them. Those ones are from Africa. In Nigeria, we have two. Yes, I'll bring two people to give you as example. And if I ask you now to guess the two now, some of them are current, they are current leaders in different capacities, even today as I'm talking to you now. If I ask you now that you should mention one, just assume, just mention one, just one name, if you can know. Do you understand? But they are not in Tinubu's government too. Neither were they in Buhari's government. Tofiakwa, as our people will say, Tofiakwa. They are not in Tinubu's government. They are not in. They were not in Buhari's government. You understand? But I will tell you when the time comes. So, who are those leaders that have demonstrated emotional intelligence, and what did they do differently? What are the aspects of the emotional intelligence that put into perspective to make sure that the organization becomes successful and their leadership also is described as being successful? Let's look at number one. Let's look at number one. Talk about Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella. Do you know him? Microsoft, right? When Satya Nadella became CEO of Microsoft in 2014, he inherited a company facing what? Stagnation and a lack of innovation. Lack of innovation, stagnation. Company was not progressing, it was just stagnated. Our Microsoft that we know, the Microsoft we know, it was at some point stagnated. And then Satya Nadella took over. So what did he do? What those are elements of emotional intelligence that he brought into perspective that helped him to succeed as a leader and transform Microsoft? One was empathy and listening. Empathy and what? Listening. Nadella prioritized understanding the needs of employees and customers. He encouraged a culture of empathy, asking teams to listen and learn from each other. That's what he did. Right? Another thing he did, he put in growth mindset. Growth mindset. Should we talk about mindfulness? I hope you have not forgotten. We'll talk about mindfulness and we talk about growth mindset. I hope you are not forgotten. Growth mindset. Do you understand? Mindset under mindfulness. Mindfulness leaders that must set his mind on growth. Do you understand? So he promoted a growth mindset, putting everybody in perspective. Just look at the picture of where we want to be. Just put a mental picture, just picture in your head where you want this company to be in 10 years, in 5 years. Do you understand? I told you in time past that we are looking at, this our picture that we are going to have by 2050. We should have a membership of 1 billion worldwide. You see that? Growth mindset, right? One day I was discussing with them in the office. I say, as an institute, we are going to build a 50,000 conference hall, capacity conference hall, where people will travel all over the world to come and participate in peace activities in this country. Do you understand? By the time we finish, by the time we are done building our headquarters of this institute, if God will keep us to be alive, do you understand? By the time we are done building the headquarters of this institute, it will be comparable with the United Nations headquarters in New York. If you come to our headquarters, it will be to you like you are the United Nations. Do you understand? So that's the kind of picture we have, growth mindset. So that's the kind of picture we have. It's not about, so this kind of person came in and he put a growth mindset. And what happened? See where Microsoft has been. Is Bill Gates a co-founder of the Microsoft? Or is it not one of the richest billionaires in dollars that we have around the world? At some point, I think he was the topmost. Do you understand? So what are we saying? Growth mindset, one person transformed it. So what is the outcome of these leadership qualities that this man demonstrated? What became the outcome? The outcome is under his leadership, Microsoft experienced a cultural transformation. Number one, increased employee engagement. Number two, and a significant boost in stock prices, reflecting renewed innovations and collaboration. That's what became of what this man did. Demonstrated his leadership capabilities, deployed his emotional intelligence, and then what becomes of Microsoft? Those ones that we have read. Achievement, right? Achievement, growth mindset. Microsoft is everywhere today. Let's look at another person. Another person is Indra Nooyi. Indra Nooyi, that is the CEO of PepsiCo. Pepsi, the Pepsi, those of you that take Pepsi, you know Pepsi, no? Pepsi company, right? Indra Nooyi, as CEO of PepsiCo from 2006 to 2018. Indra Nooyi led the company through significant changes while prioritizing sustainability and health. All right. So let's look at the emotional intelligence this man demonstrated that made him to be termed as being successful leader. He demonstrated strong communication abilities. Right? Strong communication. Nooyi was known for her performance with purpose strategy, all right, which she communicated effectively to both employees and stakeholders, fostering a sense of what? Shared vision. She talked to you to make you to understand that this vision is not just about the vision of the founders of this company, but everybody that is part of this institution. Whether you are part of this institution as an employee or as a stakeholder or as an investor, you are part of this business. Do you understand? You have a stake. You have something to win or to lose. So if it did not go away, you lose something. You lose your job. You lose your investment. So we all have a key, a role to play to make this company successful. And then Pepsi today, is it not competing with Coca-Cola? Tell me, is it not competing with Coca-Cola that you know? This particular brand is not competing with Coca-Cola. It's this woman's effort. Another aspect of emotional intelligence that she put in place was empathy in leadership. Empathy. You can see how important is empathy in leadership. Leadership must be empathic. All right. She often wrote personal letters to parents of her employees. You can imagine, acknowledging their sacrifices and contributions, which demonstrated her understanding of their personal lives. How many of us can do that? You can imagine, you as a leader, you write letters, personal letters to parents who not even able to appreciate. Oh my goodness. So no wonder she succeeded. Do you understand? Because even the parents will be motivating their children to do more and to continue to work in that organization to make that organization successful. That's what the woman did. Empathy. So what became the outcomes of what she did? Noe's leadership resulted in increased profit and a stronger brand reputation that I told you is competing with Coca-Cola. As PepsiCo embraced healthier products and sustainable practices. Do you understand? So, and then making it to be acceptable worldwide, globally. Without Pepsi, here is one of, when we are talking about, when it comes to international marketing, and we're talking about some brands, some brand that are global products. These are the kind of products we mentioned: Coca-Cola, Pepsi. Do you understand? Because there's no place you go that you'll not see them. Pepsi. Let's look at another example. Another example is Jacinda Ardern. Jacinda Ardern. Former Prime Minister of New Zealand. So it's not just about business environment now. I'm talking about also in government now. All right. So Jacinda Ardern, former Prime Minister of New Zealand. All right. So Jacinda Ardern became Prime Minister in 2017 and is known for her empathetic leadership style. Some of you knew this woman. You knew how she transformed New Zealand to what it is today. I also follow her and her good works sometimes, to some extent. You know, don't be confused. It's New Zealand. I'm not talking about Switzerland. Switzerland also, it's a woman that is a prime minister also in Switzerland that's talking to you. And she too is doing well. Do you understand? So, but I'm talking about New Zealand. So how did the woman demonstrate emotional intelligence? Response to crisis. How she respond to conflict, crisis. Her handling of the Christchurch mosque shooting in 2019 showcased her emotional intelligence. She expressed deep empathy for the victims and their families, uniting the nation through compassion, not when people are dividing the country by all means because of political strategies. They tell you it's a political strategy, you want to win election. So it doesn't matter who feels like not. Do you understand? No. Dangerous political strategies are not good. The unity and the peace of the nation should be paramount above all personal interests. Do you understand? Far above personal interests. Former President Goodluck Jonathan said, my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian, And what happened? When the opportunity came for him to prove that statement, what happened? He gave up on his ambition to preserve lives. And that is what leadership is. Compassion. Do you understand? It's not by bringing dangerous and destructive, divisive political strategies on because you want to become a leader. This woman, there was an issue of religious, and this is our belief system, right? People's beliefs, church, mosque, crisis. If it were in this country, what would have happened? Maybe your guess is as right as mine. Do you understand? Because we will have people that lack emotional intelligence. Leaders like this. But the woman was able to unite her own country by the way she responded to the crisis. She put empathy at the core discussion of the issue. And what happened? Country was united. Open communication. Another one was open communication. We have been talking about open communication. Communication should be open and honest. All right. During the COVID-19 pandemic, what happened? Adam communicated transparently, all right, and regularly with the public, making sure to acknowledge concerns and emotions. Do you understand? Open. There was nothing that was hidden. If there is COVID vaccine, you take it. If there's issues, whatever effort they were making in place to make sure that it was not free and all of that. And I think they were also one of the countries that came out of that experience very strong. Do you understand? Very strong based on what she was able to. When the issue of Ebola, Jonathan had a lot of credit to his name. Do you understand? When the issue of Ebola came, Jonathan administration was able to rise to the occasion and stampede that. It did not go anywhere. Ebola did not go anywhere in this country. Do you understand? So that's what it means. Leadership. So what was the outcome of this woman's effort when she put this emotional, intelligent attribute into play? Aden's leadership during crisis garnered international praise, and her empathetic approach strengthened her connection with the public, leading to high approval ratings. Do you understand? High approval ratings. Let's go. I have so many examples to give you, and we have limited time. So let me try and cover them before we finish, because I have 5 in Africa. So let me see. The last one I'm going to give you that is a foreign is Bill Gates. Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft. Bill Gates is known not only for his role in founding Microsoft, but also for his philanthropic efforts through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The foundation has been doing impactful things across the globe. Do you understand? So what are the emotional intelligence that he put into use? Active listening. He's always listening to his suggestion for innovation. If he was not listening, maybe Satya Nadella wouldn't have able to achieve what he achieved as the CEO of Microsoft. It's because their founders were listening, and that brought about innovation. Do you understand? So Bill Gates is given credit for listening. As a leader, you listen. Adaptability, the willingness to change. He was willing to go with what this man that took over as CEO was bringing. Change. Status quo must change, must adapt. When there's need for change, change. It shouldn't be. It must be the way Nigeria, we are saying Nigerian constitution needs to. It needs a total overhaul. Do you understand? That's why recently some group visited President Tinubu. What was their suggestion? They call themselves waiting the patriots or something. The patriots. What is their suggestion? Sir, let the constitution be rewritten. Let's write a people-oriented constitution. The constitution we have now, it was maybe a one-man show. So let's have a people-oriented constitution. And that will be maybe one of us. So when there's need for change, let's change. Let's not just continue to maintain what is not sustainable. Do you understand? So let's not maintain what is not sustainable. So that is what it means. So constitution needs to be written. Let's rewrite the constitution. There's nothing wrong. So many nations have done that. Why are we finding it difficult to rewrite our own constitution to suit what is acceptable, what is obtainable now in our system? So Bill Gates was able to embrace adaptability, listen carefully, and so Microsoft was transformed to where it is today. And then what is the outcome of his emotional intelligent abilities that he demonstrated? Gates' philanthropic work has had a significant impact on global health and education, you understand? And his ability to connect with diverse groups has helped drive important initiatives forward. That's what has been achieved. So many of Gates Foundation's grants on education, grants on health issues, and so many other stuff, have been given. So let's look at some of the case studies in the African context. And one of them that we first mention is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa. So Nelson Mandela played a crucial role in the fight against apartheid and became South Africa's first Black president in 1994. So what are the emotional intelligence that this man demonstrated? One is empathy and forgiveness. Empathy and what? Forgiveness. Are we together? Are you following me? I hope what we talk about emotional intelligence in the past, we are seeing how leaders are using it, right? Now, I'm giving you practical examples of things that you yourself you are aware of that have happened. You know the role that Nelson Mandela played. Some of us, we are the age to know what was going on. Do you understand? Some of us read it in the book. So, but all of us have knowledge of what he did because it's not hidden, it's written all over. All right. So, what are those emotional intelligence components that you put in place? Empathy and forgiveness. After spending 27 good years in prison, Mandela emphasized reconciliation because there was a Truth Reconciliation Commission that was established. Do you understand? To discuss. So any country that wants to, like Nigeria that came out of the civil war, what was expected was to have a true national reconciliation commission to reconcile all the components of the country to have a united country. Do you understand? It happens not just in South Africa alone. It happens in also Rwanda. Do you understand? It happens in Rwanda as well. A true national reconciliation commission was established. And what happened? Rwanda today is a united nation, a united country. South Africa, the same thing. All right? Why is it that Nigeria was not able to come out of this as it's supposed to be? What we were able to achieve at that time was the establishment of the NYSC. Today, I don't know whether the original purpose for the establishment of NYSC is being still achieved, but at least it's still one institution that is still bringing us closer to what national unity is all about. Do you understand? And just like I was telling you, while Gawan was away attending for a meeting somewhere outside the country, he was overthrown. And then another person took over, and all the initiative that Gawan put in place to make sure that the country was united, just all of them were just put aside. Do you understand? And then another policy continued to where we are today. Someone with school in Kano and then did his NYSC in Jigawa. What is the difference? How can you separate Kano and Jigawa? Supposed to carry you from that Kano and send you to go and do your NYSC in Okirika. Okirika, go and interact with people there, know what is going on there. Do you understand? And appreciate the culture there. Somebody from Okirika, go to Jigawa, go and serve there. Let's appreciate this country. Do you understand? Study other people and understand what is happening. At school in Medugri, I was supposed to go and do my NYSC in Akwa Ibom. When we were about to go to Akwa Ibom, they told us, they eat human being. Oh, Akwa Ibom people eat human being. If you go there, be careful. I said, don't worry, I want also, if I can see people that will eat me, I will appreciate it. So let me go. Nobody should put that kind of fear in me. How many people they don't chop, where they never even chop people finish? You are telling me Akwa Ibom people, they chop people. Make I go, make them chop me first now. How many people where they chop where we have so many people in Akwa Ibom? Millions. They know they eat people way with that now. Do you understand? So I went and I discovered that the most beautiful people I ever interacted with are Akwa Ibomites. Do you understand? I have a peaceful NYSC period in time. In fact, at some point, I did not feel like coming back. So what are you telling me? The only thing I discovered is that they eat J5. That's what they eat. So was that what you meant by human being? So do you understand all of those things? So sometimes we need to go there and know what is happening so that you can appreciate. So national reconciliation was what was needed. Other countries did it. Nelson Mandela did it. An advanced reconciliation and forgiveness. Doesn't matter, 27 good years in prison. Forget about it and move on. Do you understand? And that's what even made him to win the Nobel Peace Prize Award as well. Do you understand? Because of his role in reconciling the nation. Emotionally intelligent leaders. Building relationships. That's what Mandela also did. Mandela engaged with former advisors, his enemies, and worked to create a government that represented all South Africans, fostering collaboration. That's what he did. It doesn't matter who. Why should you say that somebody is your enemy and that person cannot be a leader in this country. So far this country is concerned, this part of the country can never be president in this country. Why that? Why should we talk like that? All these things are some of the sources of conflict that we are having in this country, and because they promote marginalization, and that marginalization is bringing about disunity and the agitation for also separation. Do you understand? These are some of the things. So we must come to a point where our leaders need to forget about what happened in the past. Let's unite our people and give everybody opportunity to contribute to the welfare of this country. When we have that sense of belonging, when everybody have that sense of belonging, do you understand? The country will be beautiful for all of us. South Africa, they did it. Rwanda, they did it. So we can also do it only if the leaders activate their emotional, intelligent capabilities. Am I making sense? So if I'm making sense, let me know that I'm making sense. So if what I'm saying is off the point, you can also call my attention. I will see. So what was the outcome of Nelson Mandela's action? His leadership helped transition South Africa from apartheid to a democratic society, earning him global respect and inspiring movements for what? Justice worldwide. Everywhere Mr. Mandela was, until he died. When he died, everybody was going there. You understand? To celebrate a leader. Let me tell you that in the whole of Africa, in the whole of, how many countries do we have in Africa? We have only 3 Nobel Peace Prize winners, and all of them are from South Africa. All of them are from South Africa. Talk about no, it's not only in South Africa, but we have 3 in South Africa. Do you understand? Desmond Tutu, Nelson Mandela, and that man that fought with him during the apartheid. Do you understand? So that is the issue. So let's go ahead. Let's look at another example. Wangari Maathai. Wangari Maathai, environmental activist and Nobel laureate. All right. So Wangari Maathai was a Kenyan environmental activist and the first African woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004 for her contributions to sustainable development. Do you understand? So that's what it means. She also did a lot. So what was her emotional intelligence abilities that she demonstrated? Advocacy and empathy. Advocacy and empathy. Inspiring others, just like Mandela. You understand? And the outcome was Maathai's effort led to the planting of millions of trees, raising awareness about environmental conservation and inspiring similar movements across Africa. Do you understand? So one of the conflicts that we're having is about climate change, because the environment is, at war with man, because man abused the environment. So the environment is responding back now. Do you understand? That's what we're talking about, climate change, because of the abuses of the environment. So that's conflict, environmental conflict. So, but this woman was able to reduce that because of the number of trees. She was able to. That's why she won the Nobel Peace Prize award. Do you understand? So you may be asking the question, why is it that they give her a Nobel Peace Prize award? Do you understand? But you don't know that the planting of trees is also you are trying to reduce environmental conflicts. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So now Niger. I don't bring you example from Nigeria. And which example are we going to look at? Akinwumi Adesina. Akinwumi Adesina. All these nice guys, they serve under President Goodluck administration. Akinwumi. The two I'm going to talk about, they serve under President Goodluck Jonathan. Jonathan made a good solution. No wonder their government was somehow better. You understand? They were able to manage the economy to sustain it to some extent. So Akinwumi Adesina, president of the African Development Bank. Akinwumi Adesina has been a key figure in African development, previously serving as a Nigerian Minister of Agriculture and now leading the African Development Bank. We all knew him. We knew what he did. So emotional intelligence capabilities. What are those capabilities that he demonstrated? Visionary leadership. Visionary leadership. Empowering others. That's what he did. These are the two things that he did. And true to it, we were thinking that he was going to be one of those that would contest for the 2023 presidential election. Unfortunately, politics is not always the way we think. Do you understand? But he was just a good presidential candidate. But no way. So what are the outcomes? Under his leadership, the African Development Bank has launched initiatives that have significantly increased agricultural productivity and food security across the continent. He's doing his best, just like insecurity because of bad governance here and there. It's affecting those efforts. Do you understand? So that is the challenge. Then we'll talk about Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame, that is the president of Rwanda. Paul Kagame has been the president of Rwanda since 2000. So that is leading almost 30 years or 24 years now in leadership, leading the country through recovery following the 1994 genocide. And that's the genocide I was talking about. It was a complete ethnic cleansing. But what happened when there was a need for national reconciliation? It was done, and today he's leading the country. Yes, he has his own challenges. Do you understand? Because he do silence opponent or opposing voices. He has his own challenges, but he has been leading the country well. That's why you could see at least football jerseys in Europe saying, visit Rwanda. Do you understand? Visit Rwanda. Visit Rwanda. Do you understand? Promotions. Visit Rwanda. And Kigali is one of the cleanest. Kigali is one of the cleanest cities in Africa. Kigali. Maybe one day we'll host one of our events in Kigali, so that some of you have the opportunity to travel. Those of you that have not traveled to Kigali and they have the means to travel to Kigali, you'll go there and experience Rwanda. Do you understand? That's what I'm talking about. So focus on unity. That's what he did. He focused on unity, uniting the nation, despite the ethnic groups that are in the country, despite the fact the other one was almost wiped out, yet he still unites the elements that were left. Do you understand? And today is a beautiful country. Listening to citizens. But the truth of the matter is that you being a leader for 24 years, well, they have a stable economy, stable government, so there's no issue. If he's doing well, why not? But one day he will have to leave the stage for someone else to take over. But it's not just how many leaders we have. Let's have quality leaders. That's what it matters. Or if the quality is not there and then you don't want to come down, it's another problem. But I'm not encouraging statism, no. What means is that if we're a leader, okay, but let me say that the constitution allows it, so even if it's not what I may not encourage, so far as their constitution allows it and they work with their constitution and they have their peace and they're enjoying the economy, that is the best thing, and that's what we want. So what's the outcome? We have Rwanda has experienced significant economic growth and development under Kagame, transforming into one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. I told you just now that Kigali is one of the cleanest cities in, if not the most cleanest city in Africa. You understand? So let's look at the last one that we have on our roll here, the last one, our own sister, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Director General of the World Trade Organization, former Minister of Finance in Nigeria, and a distinguished economist. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is the first woman and the first African to lead the WTO. That achievement is not a mere night dream. Do you understand? It's years of consistency, years of demonstration of competence and leadership credibilities, including the element of the emotional intelligence that we're talking about. Because under her leadership as the Minister of Finance, we are still struggling to find a Minister of Finance that can sustain the economy the way she did. You understand? In fact, other government that successful one that even wanted her to come again, but she refused because I knew. And if thank God that she even refused to come, she would have been embarrassed. All the years of achievement would have been destroyed. That is leadership intelligence. That is emotional intelligence. You know when to come and when to say no. It's not just about I want to go and make money. I want to what money? She refused to come. She's preserved her name, her dignity. Now she's the Director General of World Trade Organization, something that it was unmarried. It's not by favoritism or anything. Merit. She merited it. So what are those emotional intelligence elements that she's putting in place? Collaboration and diplomacy. Collaboration and diplomacy. Empathy in policy. Empathy in policy. Do you understand? These policies are made so empathically that they are bringing other African developing nations into world trading. Do you understand? They are having a voice because of the policies that are in place. So what is the outcome? Her leadership at the World Trade Organization aims to reform global trade systems, making them more equitable. Yes, it's not just America dominating everything and Britain dominating all these world power dominating everywhere. Other developing countries are also having opportunities to contribute to trade issues. Do you understand? And responsive to the needs of developing countries. So that's what it means. So this is how emotional intelligence is so vital to leadership and decision making. Now you can see for yourself. Tomorrow we'll be looking at leading teams with emotional intelligence. How do you lead teams with emotional intelligence? And then the last unit, we're going to look at emotional intelligence in decision making. Do you understand? So that's how we're going to go. So thank you very much for being part of today's training. I know you have learned something. I know that you are just telling yourself that if I'm in my leadership style now, I am going to do this and do this to improve. And if I once become a leader, I should be able to put my emotions to check. I know this is what some of you are saying now. I believe so. Right? So, thank you very much for being part of today's meeting. Dr. Emeka Odipo, I believe you are talking about Kagame, right? Yes. It's possible he manipulated his own way and they changed constitution to favor him. Yes, it's possible. That's what he did. But at the same time, they allow him to change it. Yes, glory, that is it. Akwa Ibomite are good people. Yeah, so I have said the truth. I don't have anything to lie about it. I enjoy my stay in Akwa Ibom. They're the most peaceful people. So there's nothing to hide about it. In fact, where I used to stay, my landlord who used to give me coconuts all the times and orange, and they don't have orange. Do you understand? But they used to give me orange all the times because of my relationship with them. So it was a good time, Bible. They're good people, I must say. Just that the one that is the Senate president now, I don't know what is worrying him. So maybe you should call him to order. Maybe he's overwhelmed with the position of the Senate president. So you should call him to order. I know he's a good guy too, but just that leadership at the national level is very difficult. So thank you very much. If there's any question, I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. I will just go through your comment and then I will respond. But for now, have a wonderful night. Rest. We'll see you tomorrow by 7 p.m. Thank you very much. And those of you that are going to participate in Peace Clinic tomorrow, be prepared. By 4 p.m., we will be doing our Peace Clinic. So I'll be there with you. Thank you very much. And have a wonderful night rest.